Ooh, ooh. But
Ooh, it kind of matches my shirt, don't it?
I like that
shit.
too. It does.
Oh, it does. Not even playing. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh, look at that color. You see it?
I do see it, but we got to do something. Oh, you're going to take it. Oh, you're going to take it.
I'll take a sip first.
Ooh, that's refreshing, ain't it?
Mmm.
It's your boys.
Y'all thought we forgot. We ain't never gonna forget that. It's always your boys. It's always gonna be your boys.
Oh shit, getting that intro going. You know, it's your boys, Pat Arts, Drew Plesley. Welcome back to Happy Hour, Quick Sixer Podcast. Today, as you can see, if you're watching the video portion of this, we got a little surprise guest. Actually, not even a surprise guest. Full-on sponsor, Vanessa House Beer Company, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. A little later on, we're going to introduce a segment that Drew actually came up with a while back called a Quick Sip. We're going to have a guest on, Drew. An Oklahomie, you could say.
Oklahomie? I can say that.
Yeah.
So first off, I guess we got to say, damn, look at that color. Again,
like
Pat with that purple wine drink. Let's just talk about, first off, let's talk about Roadside Attraction. This is the beer that we're drinking.
Yeah. We're going to drink this one quick, too, because they're quick sips really soon.
This is a blueberry lemon Berliner. Am I saying that right?
That sounds right to me.
Berliner,
maybe?
Berliner. What's the Weiss? Weiss at the end? What is that?
That sounds right, too.
So this is a 4.5, very chill beer. It actually has got, it definitely can taste that blueberry lemon though. Oh, he's already here.
You can see. You can. Is he?
Yeah.
All right. So hold on. We're gonna go on some subjects, but here's our first quick sip. Everybody, welcome Andrew Carrales. Here we go. Let that fold in.
Hey,
what's
man.
up?
How's it going?
How are you, man?
Pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah.
We already started a little bit.
Okay, good. I wasn't quite sure. So
yeah, we were doing an intro, introducing the first one. We were laughing because this one kind of matches my shirt a little bit.
A little bit. It's got the Lisa Frank thing going on.
Yeah.
I think that's the right thing.
But yeah, we were just talking about this beer first. I guess before you could just hop in on this intro. Tell us a little bit about this beer first before we get into the episode.
Okay, yeah, that's Roadside Attraction. It's a blueberry lemon sour, kettle sour, Berliner Weiss. It's the base that we use on that is a beer. We use that base for a lot of different sours, a lot of different kettle sours. And our brewers just wanted to play around with the blueberry and lemon flavors. The lemon probably comes through more so than the blueberry. It really has that sour lemonade taste to it, but blueberries give it the definitely do give it that wonderful hue, if you will. So
it's very nice.
No, it's I think we're getting better and better and more known for the sours that we do, specifically the kettle sours. Yeah, they're fun to make for sure.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we pulled this one for the intro because you kind enough to send us duplicates of a couple.
Yeah.
And we thought, I mean, maybe this was a good warm up one. So
low ABV 3.4, 4.1,
4.5. I think
4.5 somewhere in there.
Yeah, 4.5.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, they're pretty light, sessionable, easy stuff. So
yeah, for sure.
All right, cool. All right, well, let's get into it, I think. So basically, how we run the show is how we used to run it. And now we're going to kind of run it because it'd probably be 2-2-2. We used to do six beers, 6 topics. We run it from straight to the bottom. And if one of the topics is a dud, whatever. We just keep going. And then that's why I gave you so many. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess what we want to do first is we want to introduce you, man, and introduce Vanessa House and talk about why Oklahoma. And you guys are, based in Oklahoma. So tell us a little bit about that. Because, I mean, Drew's living in the LA area still, and I'm in Tennessee now. But you see these coast sides with like big beer things happen in North Carolina and LA and San Diego.
Right.
Why Oklahoma?
Yeah. So Andrew, my name's Andrew, one of the co-owners of Vanessa House Beer Company. Vanessa House started roughly 3 years ago. Well, we're coming up on 4 years now. Back in 2016 is when we got started. Specifically talk about why Oklahoma. Me and my partners were born and raised here, so we're from here. Now the beer game in Oklahoma is interesting. It's gone through a lot in the past 4 years, 3 to 4 years, maybe more so than that. Oklahoma is one of those states that has had very, very restrictive, basically prohibition laws still in effect up until, roughly 2018.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. Prior to I think I'll get my dates because it was very stair-stepped, right? So, one, breweries couldn't have tap rooms until August of 2017. Let's go August of 2017. A bill was passed that allowed tap rooms to finally have tap rooms. And then within that bill, it also did wide sweeping changes to our laws. And it got rid of the two-tier thing or the two-tier alcohol thing. We were 3-2 state. So anything 3-2 or below was technically a food product and could be sold in convenience and grocery. Anything over that could not be sold in convenience and grocery and was actually considered beer.
Okay.
So in 2018, those wide sweeping changes got rid of all that. So now beer is beer, and opened up more avenues for breweries to sell in. So convenience, grocery, all that stuff. And another thing that it did too is prior to that, the licensing, there was places that would only have the 3-2 license. So they would only carry basically, Bud Light, Coors Light, all that stuff. Wouldn't get any craft in at the higher levels. Okay. So, we as craft beer fans and guys that were doing home brewing, we were, none of us really loved our day jobs much, and we were doing a lot of home brewing, and we were looking at all these things that were kind of happening, coming down the pipe, and we were doing our home brewing. It was like, well, if you're going to start a business, or wanted to start a brewery in Oklahoma, 2016 is not a bad time to look at doing that, and kind of get in early before all these barriers to entry are lifted. And I say barriers to entry because prior to the tap rooms and all this other stuff, if you wanted to open a brewery, you had to come at it and attack distribution very, very hard. You needed to get your distribution numbers up very quick to make any money.
Yeah.
We're going very business focused here on this stuff, but beer is a very, very tight margin business, and
especially what Oklahoma was going through at the time, it seemed like that was an impossible business to break into.
Oh, right. Yeah. We didn't have many local, we had Coop is a big local brewery that's been around for 11 years. A lot of people know of Prairie outside of Oklahoma. They distribute all over the world. They got started prior to the law changes, good way before the law changes. Marshall up in Tulsa has been around for a while. But really outside of that, there wasn't a whole lot of, there's a few others that I'm probably forgetting, but outside of that, there weren't a whole lot of people that got into it because you needed just to be able to have at least, damn near $1 million to get things going for that investment, because you needed to throw money at distribution, high case counts, economies, all that stuff. You couldn't do what people in like a Portland or a Denver or some of these craft beer meccas would do and start with a small, 5-barrel system, tap room only, very limited. You might distribute to a couple of bars or restaurants around you and, grow organically that way. You had to just come out and throw as much at the market as you could and try to recoup your costs. So, we saw all this stuff going on and thought, well, let's start researching the industry. Let's get out there. Let's come up with a good, fun, inviting brand and try to create some brand awareness and then be ready to transition to tap rooms and all that stuff once the law changed. So when we started in 2016, those laws hadn't actually gone into effect yet. So we operated under the old laws for a little bit through a contract relationship. And a lot of breweries get started that way as well, where we handled everything from recipe creation, logistics, sales, marketing, but we didn't actually brew the beer. We rented that out to a brewery in Missouri, actually, O'Fallon. They brewed our first beers. And from there, once the laws started changing, we signed the lease on our building, which you can see kind of behind me in my background, which I'm not outside. That's just the background. But yeah, we started construction on that building in that would have been January of 2018 and moved into it in October of 2018. So, you know, we opening the tap room and everything and letting us get started and, you know, doing that. So we kind of came in on both sides of those laws, kind of took a hybrid approach to opening. We attacked distribution early, pretty hard, funded it ourselves. And then once the law changed, we were able to get some brand recognition. Banks and investors were finally looking to give us some money to get our things going. And we invested in our own location. So
nice.
Yeah. Nice. And when you say you got some homies that you've been with for a long time. That
Oklahomies, we'd say.
Oklahomies? Can we
say
Oklahomies?
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. The business is we're 5 owners. It's myself, Zach Smith, Evan Smith, Nick White, and Justin Wright. And we've all known each other since we were kids for the most part. We met Nick while we were in college. Most of us graduated from the University of Oklahoma, and we met him there. He's actually a Texas transplant. He was from North Texas and moved up here. And yeah, so yeah, we've known each other forever. The name of Vanessa House Beer Company comes from the rent house that we all lived in college. We lived on Vanessa Drive, you know. So
sick.
Or after on the weekends, whatever you're doing, it's let's start at the Vanessa House or let's end at the Vanessa House. And that became what we kept running with, right? So
yeah.
You know, and you guys know there's so many breweries out there. When we were trying to name the thing, that we would have a lot of naming sessions, brainstorming sessions. And one of two things would happen. We'd come up with a name that we thought we liked, and then we'd sleep on it, and we'd wake up the next day and find out either there is 7 breweries that already have that name or some variation of that name, or we're like, we had way too much to drink. This name is dumb as hell. And so, you know, it was one of those things. And then one of those, eventually we would reminisce about this or that thing at the Vanessa House, and it just kind of clicked one day. Vanessa House Beer Company sounds good, kind of influenced our whole brand. You know, every beer has a little bit of a story to it that kind of just tells our journey through, you know, life. And so, you know, a lot of times it's connected to beer, sometimes it's not. You know, the roadside attraction that we're drinking right now, this is just about a beer trip that some of the guys took down to Jester King, and hit horrible traffic and just some of the stupid things you see sometimes where somebody was out, they were bored, and you know, the social media culture that we live in today decided to have like this photo shoot next to a lemonade stand on the side of the road. So we almost called it like something about a photo shoot, but we decided to go against that because nobody believed that any of us rough-looking dudes are going to be out there making money.
So does anybody? Do you guys have any attachment to the house now? Does anybody own it or rent it or?
No. Unfortunately, we joke around a lot about, and you know, if we ever like really take off, one of us is going to have to just go buy it.
Yeah,
and that could be our Norman house, because you know we do like every once in a while we do try to go back and watch a football game here and there. It's been forever now. Nobody's watching going to football games this year, but it'd be cool to have a place we could go back to if we were to go to the game, you know. So
yeah,
that's pretty cool. Man, I'm about done with this one in a second, but is there? I know. Well, dude, it's an easy drink. It's an easy one.
Yeah,
it's not rough. We've had some rough beers on this show before, and I'm telling you, there's some ones. Yeah, and to be completely fair, we've been brutal on
we're
at least one or two.
And we're not critics, you know. We don't
No.
Like if we get a sponsor, normally for the most part we hype them up and we do what we can and talk to them and learn about them. But sometimes we get some straight bombs.
Sometimes you get one in the mail and you're like, man, this is not good.
You tried to ship that, huh? Okay.
Cool. Yeah. So believe me, there was one beer we had this one time. Drew was already hammered at the time, but I was like, hey, dude, you can try this one still. You're still gonna try this one, but it was like an 11% like stout or something.
Mm-hmm.
Handed it to him, and he was just like, no. No.
I was at that point because like back then when we did the podcast, we would get so drunk during it that it would sometimes
rough.
ruin our episodes.
Yeah.
And at that one, I was already at that point where I said whatever I thought. And as soon as I took a sip, I was like, "Oh, gasoline!" Ah!
Oh lordy, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
should be fun. Yeah. No. So
Yeah,
you guys like
definitely.
sours in general, so.
nice. Yeah. I like sours.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of all this hazy stuff people are doing right now.
Okay. Yeah, we got one of those on deck. So.
Oh, I know it.
He
I
loves
saw the percent on that one.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. But is there anything? I mean, I feel like everybody, if they're in the area of Oklahoma, I've only driven through Oklahoma like once or twice.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if they're in the area, they got to come check you guys out. And this new tap room behind you looks sick.
Yeah,
So-
man, it's great. We, it might be jumping around topics a little bit, but it's been crazy. It's crazy, So we opened this in 2018.
Mhm.
In 29, we had the tap room open for maybe 3-4 months, and it's going great. People were coming out. Tap room was
Mhm.
bustling. It was busy. And then the city of Oklahoma City decided to tear up the street in front of us.
Oh, dope.
Took them about 9.5 months or 8.5 to 9 months to fix it.
Jesus.
Damn.
And we're located right in the heart of Automobile Alley, which is a relatively popular district in Oklahoma City, kind of butts up to Midtown, and we're kind of right in the middle. So one of the reasons we picked the location is like you're kind of like right here on this vein between these two districts.
Mhm.
And it's going to be great to have people come through and they can stop on their way to either one. Well, that got blown away for most of our first year of existence in the new tap room. So that gave us some struggles within our first year that we had to fight through and learn from. And, luckily we distribute as well. We weren't a tap room only thing. So that, helped us keep things going.
Yeah.
But it definitely was not the funnest time. They finally get that fixed. And the next thing you know, we're in the age of COVID where your
Jesus.
foot traffic in the tap room is way low. And
Yeah.
you've got all the mandates at half capacity, this, that, and the other. And
Yeah.
it's nuts, but no, it's people do like the tap room. We have a lot of fun in there, and we kind of built the tap room around us and who we are. We got a big mural on the inside that is very comic book themed, and we have our nerd wall that has all the old, action figures, old VHS tapes, things that we're into. We do a lot of like video game tournaments in there prior to COVID. Things of that nature. We keep it fun. So.
Nice. I was about to comment on this Ninja Turtle shirt you got on. You didn't say anything about.
Yeah, right.
That's fire. If you were a 10-year-old kid, I'm assuming we're close to the same age. Same age. If you were a kid and you didn't have those Ninja Turtle sheets, you were lame. You were lame.
Right. 100%.
Everybody had that shit.
Yeah.
Everybody. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna let you choose on this one.
Yeah. What do you want us to drink?
So this shit is
Okay.
super cold right now.
Okay.
So I got
it's super cold. Let's jump right into the hazy. Let's go.
All right, cool.
We're gonna do this like the complete opposite way that you should probably drink here. We'll go sour, hoppy, light.
So hold on.
So which one is it? This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Might
So
want to cleanse your
power-
palate. You got some coffee beans or something?
do what?
You got some coffee beans or something?
No, I'm not doing all that. We're just going straight
We
in.
go straight in.
Yeah, it's gonna be
so-
quite the change from the.
No, here
sour.
that's okay. We've definitely gone from the top from here to there in like 2 seconds all the time. So Power Cosmic Galaxy IPA.
Brand new, super fresh.
All right,
We
cool,
just
cool.
canned that. So it's a week old, basically.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah.
Woo.
So it's Galaxy hops are kind of the star of the show. It's the Power Cosmic theme of it, Simcoe. Some other ones. Hold on.
I like this.
Hold on.
Okay.
This is me forgetting stuff. We're releasing a new beer almost every week, so sometimes the ingredients
That's cool.
blend together.
No, we're the kings of forgetting things, so don't worry about it.
That's crazy because it actually like tastes how you're describing it. Most of the time, somebody just comes up with some kind of name or whatever to make it sound cool.
Yeah.
But I dig that.
Yeah, we're excited to work with this thing. So Galaxy, Citra, and Simcoe cryo hops are what we use, with Galaxy taking the front. And it's been really well received. I've been drinking a lot of it myself. But and I had fun with the label more than anything. It's an ode to essential workers being kind of the heroes of the crazy time that we're in. We actually worked with some local artists on this label.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
And the Vanessa House man guy right there, we have a mural in our tap room that he's a big part of. And that's the first label we've been able to put him on. So, but the Rascal Pack is who we worked with on it.
We always do this thing when we open a new beer. It's just like ASMR, kind of like put it right to the mic.
Yeah.
He's giving me some what's his name, Mr. Manhattan vibes
He's got a little Dr. Manhattan, maybe
Dr.
Manhattan. Vision.
Yeah.
If you go to the Marvel,
that's sick. Sick.
So
all right, so we're gonna do an intro, but shit, since you're here. We're gonna do this whole topic for an intro and then introduce you. Okay. So fuck it. So since you're here, this is the thing we were gonna talk about. So since you're into nerd shit too, we were gonna talk about this Mario 35th anniversary thing that just dropped yesterday.
Oh, I'll be honest, I missed it, so I'm gonna need some catch up.
Oh, we'll catch you
all
up.
Right.
Yeah, this is some serious shit right here.
All right, so after this call, you need to go and look up this video Nintendo dropped on their YouTube.
It's a 16-minute video that you'll watch the whole thing of, I promise.
Okay.
Wait, when you do your streams, what games are you playing before we get into this?
So prior to COVID, we would do Super Smash Bros. Tournaments in a tap room, and we'd stream that. A lot of times when it's just owners and stuff playing, we are streaming a lot of Modern Warfare right now. Hence the hat.
Okay.
Been mostly playing multiplayer until recently, and actually me and a partner, we were just playing Warzone before we got on. Freaking suck at Warzone. It's freaking hard, but we got third. We got third on one, so that was good.
There you go. There you go. All right, so break it down. Are you a Switch fan? Do you have a Switch?
Yes.
All right, cool.
Switch is legit. Done some Mario Kart, Smash Bros.
There you go. There obviously. Okay. So anyways, there was this big long rumored thing about Mario's 35th anniversary in like 2 weeks. There was this collection that was supposed to come out. It's called the Mario 3D collection. It was long rumored for months and months and months, and then they finally, out of the blue, on a Thursday, decided to just drop this trailer for it. And it is Mario 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy in one pack.
Okay.
Sick, right? All up-resed. Galaxy, I think I got full 1080 wipe. And but that's not even the highlight.
Yeah.
Really. That's fucking sick, right?
Yep.
So that's sick. But they also dropped some other stuff. This main thing me and Drew were about to talk about, it was so they have this thing called Mario Kart Home Tour. Okay. Yeah. Do you have kids, by the way?
I don't. Nobody's been dumb enough to make that mistake with me yet. So.
Okay. All right. So legit, I might have to have one because of this thing.
Yeah.
So it's basically an RC car with a camera on top of it. And then you set out these not flags, but like
it's Mario Kart AR basically.
Yeah, basically. But you play on your Switch, and it makes your tracks in your house.
And when you hit somebody with the banana or something,
any sense,
it stops the other car. Like it's crazy.
It's nuts.
That's awesome.
So, I know.
You gotta watch the video.
Holy shit!
Oh, we'll have to set that up in the tap room. That would be
dude.
Unbelievable.
Oh my god, people would come for that. For sure.
You could play full tournaments. I promise you, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
So we were talking about. We were going to get into this topic later on, but I think this is something that I would do in this time. So if pandemic was happening when we were kids, if I had this thing, this is all I'd do.
Right.
Yeah.
All I'd do, straight up. Like my parents would kill me.
Yeah.
So basically, you're playing a real life RC car with your Switch, and like the camera is on the Switch, and there's like obstacles and there's shit like dropping on you. It's insane, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. You got to see it.
Yeah,
It's incredible.
Yeah.
I feel like it's perfect too because the time, like, first off, we got VR. It's coming in mainstream now with the Oculus. Everybody's doing that.
Yeah.
AR has always been that like ugly little stepchild of technology. Like people are like trying to use it with things, but it just doesn't work. Like buying furniture or something like that. View it in your room. It doesn't work. But I'm telling you, when I saw that trailer and I saw how they were using AR, it was seamless. Like seamless. Like basically you could set up a whole course like on a flat ground or whatever, do the little checkpoints or whatever they had for it, and then the cart. It was crazy how intuitive it looked. Like
God, I
it's
wonder how
almost
much
too
it's
good to
going to
believe.
cost. I'm literally
It's
thinking
$100.
How much?
$100.
What?
So you get the RC car and the game. The game comes free download when you buy an RC car.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, we're gonna have to invest in these for the tap room.
Yeah.
and like clear out, like create tracks around tables and stuff.
Oh
yeah,
my God.
dude. That's gonna be so sick.
Yeah.
The sickest thing though, like that's sick. So there's a Mario and a Luigi like car, right? But obviously they're gonna make more. But the thing is, like, you can make the track and then like make obstacles and shit, like jumps and gaps, and you can make it go like loops and all, dude.
Yeah.
It's like Hot Wheels, but you're actually fucking driving it.
Yeah.
It's insane.
That sounds amazing. Yeah.
When y'all do tournaments or do you do streams and stuff like that, you said mainly Smash, some Kart. Do you do Kart tournaments?
We have done some. Yeah, we did some Mario Kart tournaments. Those always had a big turnout. There was one guy that was this was crazy to me because like Mario Kart's one of those games where I always struggle. Like there's no way there's not a whole lot of real skill. There's a lot of luck in that game, and or so I thought until we ran this tournament. There's this one guy came in and he just beat the pants off everybody every week. And it wasn't even close. Like just lap people.
Yeah.
On the race.
God.
Yeah, and it's like he'd get blue turtle shelled and he'd be like, all right, that's cool. I'm just gonna get back in first in like 0.3 seconds. It's like, what in the world? Like everybody else is cussing and like leaving their girlfriend over it, and you know, it's that's the type of game it is, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, that was it. Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
I want to say one thing about Kart before we move on.
Yeah.
When you go and you play back all the ones previous, you'll see how unforgiving Nintendo was. Because like even if you go to Mario Kart 64, the time it takes for you to get back onto the track after messing up or whatever is like double or triple the time it takes for the new the Switch version. And then if you go back even further, it's impossible to win. Yeah.
We were in before all this shit happened. We were down in Florida visiting. We were with my cousin and my brother. And we're at this place called Pete's. Right. My brother was dating this chick, and at this place Pete's, they have like these game stands where like they have like Super NES minis, like 3 different stands around like 3 different TVs. And this whole weekend, my brother's like, man, she could whoop that ass at some Super Mario Kart. And I'm like, no, it's not gonna happen. And I was like, no, not gonna happen, my dude. And this man waited until I was one eye open drunk trying to play this girl. I swear to you, I still beat her in 1 round, and I was faded, bro. Like faded. There was no way. Yeah. Like if I was any kind of sober, no way.
Yeah.
But shout out to Pete.
Were you playing games in the 64 era? Were you like playing?
Yeah. 64. So my partners and I, like I never had a 64, but all they did, so we just always go play at their house, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I had my history of gaming systems was I had an original Nintendo.
Yeah.
My like biggest accomplishment in life is that I won a Sega Genesis off like a Lifesavers candy wrapper.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was like, and I don't know, however old I was when that came out, and I was like, this is amazing. I've got powers. I just buy candy. And then And then after that, I didn't get another system until freaking Sega Dreamcast. If you remember the Dreamcast, it was ahead of its time.
Those 13 games.
Yeah, ahead of its time. It was the first thing that actually had the dial-up modem on it. You remember?
Oh, it's sick. Yeah.
And it's like, let's go. Well, we'll play online, and it's like,
yeah,
couldn't, like, it froze all the damn time. But it was thinking. It was ahead of its time. And then after that, it was PS3, and I just this year finally got a Switch and Xbox One.
Nice. Well, we definitely got to trade up our gamer tags when you're on here. Actually, I mean, if you want to shout yours out, I don't know if you want to for the world, but
yeah. And here's how bad I am. I don't even know. Like
that's fine. I know people that don't know theirs.
Yeah, I like playing games and stuff, but my partners are like the bigger guy. Like they're
bigger games.
They're in it.
They're better at all of them than me, which is why I just get mad a lot more.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
all right. Well, we'll message you ours, and then we can trade it back.
Let me
later.
take a guess. You're like the wild card on the team. So like when everybody else is doing good, you'll come in and blow some shit up every now and then.
yeah. Well, actually, it was my partner and I, when we were just playing Warzone. He's just like he just took this guy out, like super long shot, knocked him, he's down. And then I just come up over his shoulder and I vultured the kill. And I like headshotted the guy to take him out. And I didn't realize this, but I guess since he downed him, he actually did get credit for the kill. But I got like a bunch
XP
of
and stuff. Yeah.
So, anyways, I got a lot of that stuff. So, but yeah, 100% that's me.
That's you.
That's legit the reason Drew won't play any games with me. It's like I'm not doing any tactic shit. Like I'm not doing. He's like, go here, get this. I'm like, no, let's go straight into the gunfire. Let's go.
I've got two friends that I've known since we were basically in diapers that we still keep in
friends now. Don't worry.
Yeah, they're Pat's friends too. That we would play this game, Apex Legends. Similar. Yeah.
Heard
and
of it.
we would get so mad at each other we wouldn't talk to each other for a day. And mind you, we're adults.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
This is like last week there he's talking about, probably.
Yeah, exactly.
More than
Here's
likely.
the thing. We have decided we cannot play Apex Legends together anymore. Like we're legit just like, nope, you know what? This isn't fun.
Yeah.
So we've moved on to like what's that, Fall Guys?
Oh yeah.
I've heard of that. I haven't played that one. Heard that one's pretty good.
It's pretty fun. It's
fun.
Dumb as hell, but it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, Drew let me play Apex with him one time. That's it. Just once.
Yeah.
And then he was like, nah, I don't think this is the game for us. But
You're ruining my KD.
Right. It's all about the KD. It's all about the KD.
See, I don't even know.
Yeah.
Oh,
my KD is trash, but yeah.
Oh, they were in the same boat then. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, speaking of this kind of stuff, we do a couple of topics normally, just especially since quarantine and COVID and whatnot, to try to like help audience, whoever's listening, try to watch and play along with what we're doing. So, is there anything that you've been watching lately? Any series, any movies, any recommendations?
Yeah, let's see. So the most recent movie I saw, Flick's Brew House, if you've heard of that place, just opened up here in Oklahoma City. It's I think they've got a few locations. They're probably mostly here in the Midwest, but it's a microbrewery and theater, and they just
like an Alamo Draft House type of thing.
Yeah, similar to that.
Okay.
Yeah, but they'll pick up local beers as well.
Oh, sick.
So, and they put us on drafts. So they had a thing on Monday, and we saw the new Bill and Ted.
Oh, how was it?
Oh,
it was super fun. I really enjoyed it. I was like, haven't watched the Bill and Ted movies in years.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is weird since they're much older than they were when they made those.
Yeah.
I was
it was like an action star.
Yeah. It's like, what? Is that John Wick? But it was really good. It was super fun. It had the but here's another show that I watched recently, that Atypical from Netflix.
Oh, love it. Yeah,
great show. The sister is in.
Oh, sick. Okay, cool. I was wondering when she was gonna break out.
Yeah, she's Ted's daughter in this, so she was really good. So that was good, and got to give Flix a shout out because that place was. I was really impressed with the place in general, and really impressed with how they how they operated. Because it's just difficult to do anything in COVID, and they were doing all the right things, and and none of it's easy, and they they were taking care of everything. And then
appreciate that.
Let's see, what else have I watched? I haven't watched. What is it? It's Friday. The Boys season 2. Today.
Oh,
today,
shit.
Boys
Is that
season
out?
2 is today. So I'm excited to watch that soon, but I haven't actually watched it because I think The Boys was super awesome.
Nice. I've been meaning to get into that. Oh man, since I actually haven't talked to anybody that's gone to the movies since COVID. How was that? Was it weird? Was it?
It was a little weird, So, and talking about how they did it right, they made sure that you had at least 2 seats between you and your party.
Oh, okay.
So, I went to buy the tickets online. It's like, oh, there's plenty of seats left, so I bought the 2. Like, oh wait, there's not enough gap. So it's like, oh, there's really not that many seats left. So it was a little weird because you are like more spaced out, which actually I kind of like that personally, but it was a little different. They were doing all the stuff to enter, making sure you had masks. If you didn't have one, they had plenty extra there to give you.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, I don't know. It was good. It was weird, but it was nice. Like we love movies. That's one of the things I like to do. I used to love to go to movies all the time. And it's weird. Like once we started the business, time for a lot of that type of stuff kind of fell off anyways. And I pretty much would only see the Marvel movies because that's who I am.
Yeah.
And then, but prior to this, we could go see a movie almost every Friday. Just find something and go see it. And and then when COVID comes and strips like the Black Widow opening away from us, all this, all these things, and I was like, damn, it was like my only escape. And but so it was good to be back.
Nice.
To do that. So
that's me and Drew. Well, Drew still does, but work in the film and TV industry. Okay. So Drew's been telling me about all of the restrictions and they have a what do they call it? A monitor on set now, like to monitor.
It's a compliance officer.
Yeah. So there's like people getting hired as COVID compliance officers. So like, everyone's keeping their mask on and doing this and that.
Look at COVID. It's nuts, man. Jobs. That's something.
Killing Batmans too. Trying to kill Batmans. You hear about this shit?
Oh yeah.
Like our Pat's getting the COVID. You hear about this, Drew?
Jeez. I hadn't heard this. I heard The Rock had it.
Yeah.
Rock had it.
Yeah.
Rock had it and trying to kill the Rock. Jeez, ain't nobody gonna kill the Rock.
But how? Just tell me how they gonna drop the best trailer ever,
and then all of a sudden, straight up
this boy gets sick and it stops production. God, I don't like that.
Bro, I'm telling you right now,
it did look pretty awesome. It was.
I mean, right? We spent so much time talking about it because it looks sick.
Oh my god,
they're gonna go it's. I mean, because the what's his name? The director. Who did the last Batman? Yeah, who did the last Batman?
Christopher Nolan.
Nolan Batman took that darker, seedier angle, but they're pushing it to a whole new level on this one.
Yeah, it seems a lot more twisted. And the one fight scene that they showed of Batman.
Oh, it's
brutal.
Yeah,
it's going to be sick.
Yeah,
I'm telling
we already
you,
prayed. Yeah,
I'm telling you, if this man doesn't come out of this though, I'm gonna need somebody to step up, volunteer.
Yeah. We gotta get that jawline back.
Deep fake some shit. We're gonna have to deep fake some Batmans. God damn.
Is on the Robert Pattinson casting, because he's I was never a Twilight fan, so I was always
no.
But he'd made some good stuff after that.
Good times.
Oh yeah.
Did you see Good Times?
I did not.
Or Good Time?
I've heard
Good
Good Time.
But
it's sick. He did with his career what I think anybody would have done when you're tired of that extreme level of success of fame, and he started doing super indie and getting his acting chops on. I have a lot of respect for him, but I'm the same way. When especially when like Heath Ledger was supposed to play Joker.
Yeah.
I had the biggest doubts.
That's
Like
why I was going to draw the comparison, and that's why I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna. I think you might do a pretty good job because Heath Ledger proved to me that like can't hold things like 10 things I hate about you against somebody because you know
10 things is hard, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, 10 days of best movie.
a nice tale. Yeah,
Bro, don't even Nice Tale's hard too. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Shit. Don't handle my ledgers, man. My ledgers. I'm telling you. All right. No, this, but you know what? They did the same shit to Keaton. They said Keaton was, he's a bitch. He ain't gonna be Batman.
Right.
You know?
They said he was too
And then
awkward.
he's lifting fools up. He's like, I'm the Batman. You know?
That it's so sick though that the way that they're treating Batman now, and like they're going deeper and darker into it because it's really what we want.
Yeah.
You know, we don't want a blockbuster, like we don't want a Marvel movie for DC's comic book characters.
Hopefully DC's figuring it out because they kept trying to make a Marvel DC movie.
Yeah.
And it was not working. The Justice League was rough.
Yeah.
Real rough.
Bro, we just talked about that in a couple episodes ago. It's they need to just do this like, bro, you're dark. Like your shit is dark and gritty. Just keep it that way. Like we dig it. That's why your shit still sells. Like why, you know? Yeah,
keep it more down to earth and
Well, speaking of like COVID and movie shoots and stuff like that, I just want to go ahead and tell you what I have to go through for this shoot that's coming up this week. So I'm
ridiculous.
I'm going to be the DP on a shoot with Metallica's guitarist.
Oh, okay.
And so
Are you allowed to say that? Right?
Yeah, I can say it.
Okay.
This is not going to come out before the shoot happens.
So that's true. Okay. Okay.
They're going to have social media and stuff like that.
Oh, all right, cool. He the other day he's like, "Yo, I got something. I can't tell you though." I'm like, "Mother, don't say that shit to me. Like, you got to tell me."
Yeah,
that's different. So this shoot I can talk about because it's not low key. So we're doing the shoot, and to be able to shoot one, like we're having to pay for them to fog the studio before we even enter it.
Oh wow.
Okay? So fog it completely to disinfect it. This disinfecting fog. Then we're gonna have a compliance officer. No, I'm drunk. No, I'm just kidding. Officer, walk us in one by one, making sure that we're not doing. We're sticking to the rules. They're going to make us wear 2 masks and a face shield, and they're going to disinfect our hands every 20 minutes, like while we're there. So two thoughts. One, I'm so happy that they're thinking of our safety and, the safety of our subject, which is a famous ass musician.
Yeah. Right.
Like, imagine if we killed Metallica. Yeah, it would be hard.
Yeah, some people come for you, bro.
it would seriously, it would be bad. But the cool thing is we we get to do all this stuff and everybody's going to take care of us and everything like that. But the other thing is like, why do we even bother doing this if like they're going to basically take double the budget to do all the stuff necessary to do the actual thing, the actual filming? Like it's basically taking like half of our budget to do all this stuff. Like, why don't we just wait? Why don't we just wait till everybody's safe and we, all this stuff? It's like a double-edged sword because, of course, I want the opportunity, but at what cost? It's going to be pretty extreme, but
all these decisions are tough, man. 100%. I know it's like as a brewery owner and trying to operate a tap room, sell beer, there's no guidebook for how to do any of it,
Right. Yeah, I'm sure you're feeling the same pressure right now, like as a business. It just what you have to do to stay afloat and also like be safe.
Yeah, and as more so, like as a younger business, like we don't have the luxury of 25 plus years of successful operations and cash on hand to help cover these type of things. So when when our, city governments and stuff aren't, and state governments, federal governments aren't handling this shit all that great. We're the type of people that have to like make the hard decisions. Really, it's like, because we don't want to put people in danger, but our houses are wrapped up in this thing, So it's like we still have to operate. We have to find a way to make money, and we have to find a way to sell stuff, but also do it where we're not creating crowds. But the business in and of itself is about getting people together, drinking beer and having a good time. And it's like reconciling those two things is a struggle for all breweries, especially all small breweries, and doing it the right way when there is no definition for what the right way is really is very difficult. But I think, everybody's figuring out what they can do every day. Just learn as you go.
Yeah. I'm glad you touched on that. That's kind of when we reached out to you guys, and we reached out to everybody like this though. That's like a main goal of, we had this show for 2 years. We did Quick Sixer, our first show, for 2 years, and it was pretty successful. We had some big brands send us some stuff, and it was a lot of fun. But and then we put it on hiatus because I moved here for my wife had a job opportunity, so we moved here. And it was kind of just in the back of my mind, like, there's going to be a time when we do something else. Also gives me and Drew a little time to hang out, have some beers together when we can.
Right,
so
Boy,
that's always preferable.
He loves talking to me.
Man, this man, shut the fuck up. Anyway,
you can't go without a few minutes out here.
You can't, man. That's what I'm saying. But I'm glad you touched on that, because that's like a main reason that we really tried to make it like a positive aspect to this, is like reaching out to smaller breweries and people that, some people we reached out to that we worked with before, they're struggling, man. Struggle. Yeah. So, shout out to you guys who you are, but, yeah, I'm glad you explained like just how rough it can be. Like you said, you guys have your houses wrapped up in it. That's rough, bro.
Yeah, no, it's real life. The next beer we drink is our flagship beer, our 401k. And
I'm glad you brought it up. Your boy is ready.
I'm getting thirsty. I really want
about segues. If you need anybody to write segues, I'll,
I love that.
Yeah, the 401k.
It's like 5.1, Yeah. Oh, I like the label. I like this silver labeling. I don't know if you can really tell that.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah, so this is, a lot of the beers will have this type of label format to it, which you can't see it because of my weird background thing when I do it. But
got that invisible beer.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we play around with that, but a lot of the things that we do year round. So the first two beers you had are like special one-off stuff, so we go a little bit crazy with those labels. Anything that's year round has more of this format to it.
Okay.
But so this is our first beer we ever made. And we talked about Vanessa House and how
y'all got the same glasses.
Hold
up y'all's glasses.
Pretty similar. This says, God, I gotta stay in front of it,
my dude.
I gotta stay in front of it. Drink Oklahoma beer. That's what mine says.
Oh hell yeah!
I would have loved that. That would have been fun. That would have been fun if we could have had like a virtual cheers.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
All right, I'm sorry. Continue.
We talked about how Vanessa House is, how we come with that name and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And all our stuff that speaks to the journey and whatever. First beer we ever made. We pulled from our 401ks to fund how we got this thing started. Hence the name of this beer. And luckily enough, it is our flagship beer. We sell more of this beer than any other beer by far.
I know why.
We'll see why.
Super easy drinking, crushable. Put a little bit of orange peel in it. Just makes it that much more like citrusy, and just works in really any situation. Sad, happy, thirsty. It's all good.
I fucks with this.
It's really good.
Yeah,
I'm digging it.
This is definitely one that would be a dangerous drink if I was around the homies.
Yeah. Throw the thing back all day.
It'd just be like, oh, where's the next one? It'd be that kind of thing.
Right. Yeah. 100%.
Oh shit! I need one too. It would be one of those. Everyone's got on that on the couch situation. Oh, grab me one too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That would be this. Even though there would be like 100.
You get that kid. Hey, go give me a beer.
Oh, bro, I'm trying to train. See,
trying to get that.
Trying to do that, we'll work on that. I'll let you know. I'll fill you in.
A little update on the next episode. See how it goes.
Yeah. I know this is super good.
Yeah, but the name speaks to that. We're 5 guys just trying to do something that we want to do, something that isn't the day jobs. I feel like a lot of people can probably relate that you go to school, you get the job you're supposed to get, and you get there, and it's like, this kind of sucks. And it's my day job's. I'm very lucky to have the job that I have. It lets me live, and it helps fund the brewery and all that stuff. But not a whole. It's just not. It doesn't give that other level of fulfillment, that we all would hope to have. So, partners and I went after this thing, and when I say we got our houses wrapped up into it, we literally got our retirements wrapped up into it. We've all put in so much money, and we, if you start talking about the road construction issues we had and COVID and all this stuff, that's just constant personal investment into this thing. We sell a lot of beer. We've seen a lot of good growth, and we have a lot of fans, but it's, we're still, and we have some investors. I talked about some bank loans and stuff, but it's not crazy. Like I didn't have that that incredibly wealthy uncle that died that, could help me fund my thing, we're not those guys. We don't have that. I'm sure not a whole lot of people do, but it's that's what it is. That's the way it is for a lot of the small breweries out there. And COVID is affecting, from a business standpoint, us and people like us very, very much so. Like we feel it every day, half capacity, where numbers are at, somewhere between 50% and 2/3 of, what they were prior, when it comes to the taproom revenue. And when you talk about beer and you mention those margins, like the taproom is what funds your growth and gives you the ability to do all the fun things you want to do. Because when we talk about distribution beer, it just takes a lot of time to make money off distribution beer. You have to grow your distribution to this level. When you start talking, remember back when we were talking about what it was like for breweries that opened before you could have a tap room. I mean, that's basically where we're at, and that's a tough row to hoe for young guys and people that don't have that large level of investment backing behind them. So which doesn't exist right now anyway for anybody probably, but
yeah. So hold on. So you said you have a day job. So is the day job it's not related to the brewery? The brewery is a separate thing.
Yeah. So of the 5 owners, 2 of us are full-time with the brewery. The rest of us still have jobs outside of it. We work 9 to 5s, and then we go work 5 to midnight or whatever it is at the brewery, whether it's, we all kind of take separate roles. My role is typically sales focused. I say typically, it is sales focused. I run the sales part of it. But we wear so many different hats because we still have like 5 owners plus 3 other employees. So and those 3 other employees are mainly brewing beer and 1 sales guy that helps me out. But we wear a lot of hats, and we're working our 9 to 5s. I get off my day job and I'm at a sales meeting, or I'm working the bar myself in the tap room, which is what we all do, or working on whatever other side project that you need to be working on as an owner that's looking, more forward. And, what are we doing next? What's the next move? One thing that all breweries have to be thinking about right now is a potential can shortage because of COVID.
I mentioned this to Drew the other day.
Yep. How are we going to deal with that? And it's like, I don't know. Let's just drink, and it'll come to us, maybe, probably, hopefully.
Hoses. That's how we're going to do it. Just tap the and then just straight out the window. The hoses.
Pat and I had a big discussion last episode about reusable plastic. I don't know. You want to get single-use plastic back into the game?
They're paving roads and shit with that right now.
They're doing roads, they're doing furniture.
Yeah, it's weird. Don't do that, actually. That's
right.
That's whack.
No.
Yeah,
probably.
We don't want to reusable.
Like it that is kind of scary though, to think about, like, the livelihood coming into play with, all of the different distribution things you got going on with cans and all this stuff. Like, what do we, it's got to be hard.
It is, you're just constantly, worrying about the next thing. Try to worry about the future and worry about the fire that's happening at the same time right now. And the fire that's happening right now is constantly making sure you're getting your day-to-day sales or close to your day-to-day sales that you need, and then also worrying about what's going to happen with this can shortage and there's going to be other things that come up like that. And and then you throw the extra, and I think when you own a business, whether you always have to be forward thinking, and there's always going to be stuff you don't plan for. But yeah, COVID's definitely unprecedented, and it's a curveball for everybody involved. And and we're going on 4 years, and I feel like we can barely handle it. We've got breweries that opened in Oklahoma City that opened taproom only like a week before or a week of the COVID really hitting and the shutdowns happening. And it's like, I feel for those guys. Like I know what we're going through, and those dudes that don't have the distribution angle to, provide some sort of support and things. They're, talk to those guys a lot. They're feeling it too, doing what they can to keep things going. And now that we are back open, but you're supposed to be 50% capacity, and you have to take all those extra precautions, and then you have to worry about the PR side of it too, right? Like there's literally groups here in Oklahoma on Facebook. There is a group that will chastise you for actually enforcing, or maybe not enforcing, but abiding by the mask mandates and hand washing procedures and all that stuff. And there's also counter groups that will come in, and if they see one person not wear a mask when they go to the restroom, call you out on social media saying you're not doing enough to protect people. And it's like, well, we are, but we were probably washing dishes when that person went to the bathroom or whatever. Or we probably said, hey, could you put your mask on? And they probably like, yeah, and it's a rock and a hard place. Can't win for losing. Throw any one of those type of things out there with this situation. It's tough, So.
That's right.
I mean, that's the one thing. It's like you can't control other people. You can't control what they do. So when the situation comes up like that, where somebody comes into your establishment's not wearing a mask, like, yeah, you could tell them not, hey, put your mask on or whatever, and they might do it, but like you can't change their way of thinking. Like if they want to be an asshole and like get other people sick, like that's who they are.
Right. And it's tough. And that's where, to circle back to us being where we are, like if somebody's just going to be very, very blatant and not follow the procedures, we will ask them to leave. But a lot of times it's going to be someone that's really not what you see. Typically what we see is they'll come in, and a lot of times it is an accident. They'll forget to put it on. I forget to put it on sometimes just because it is still a new habit that we're learning,
Yeah.
But occasionally there's people that'll just do everything they can to not do what they're supposed to do, but act like they are. And that's where you would much prefer as a business to be able to have that, to be in a situation where we could, we're just going to ride this out, not open for another few months. But, we can't do that. We still have to try to make money where we can and get revenue in the doors so we can operate as long as we can, and hopefully operate, on the opposite side of COVID.
Was the beer thing... Like, I mean, you guys were starting this business together. You said you were doing homebrew stuff?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Was the beer thing like always on your mind, or were you going to start other business? Like how did you become a businessman, and why beer? Like,
yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, no, we wasn't. We were. I think what happens is like, again, long-term friends and went to school together. You graduate, you get grown-up jobs. You, like I mentioned, I don't have kids. I'm not married, but everybody else does have kids or is married or both. And
you
so
get them to buy that Mario Kart shit. There you go. Right. All of them. You have a squad of little kids. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so life happens, and then so we were just the way that we kept hanging out was brewing beer.
Right. Okay.
You guys do the podcast. It's like you just get together to hang out. We brewed beer, and we brewed almost every Saturday. And we were brewing so much beer that we couldn't drink it all, so we would give a lot of it away. And then people were kind of liking what we were doing, thought it was pretty good. And I really have to give props to Zach. Zach is the one that he's the owner that was the first to bring up, maybe we should look at doing this as as a full-time deal. So, we started researching the industry. We all have varied backgrounds, right? Like my background is I have a degree in just general business, undergrad general business, and then an MBA. And then Zach, he's a petroleum engineer by trade. And then Evan is a film kid. So man after your own soul there. He worked as an edited stuff for a local company, and he actually had the 48-hour film race.
Yeah.
Stuff. He had
I've
a film show at the Chinese theater for that once. And
cool.
That's his background. One guy's an architect. And so we have all these varying backgrounds, right? And this is how we came together. And then, so we started researching the industry, and when I mentioned all the laws and stuff, we started taking note of that. And it's like, let's just freaking go for it. And decided to see what happened, throw our 401ks at it. And here we are today with a brewery that's functioning pretty successfully, hopefully, through the situation. And, it was a way for us. It all really started, homebrewing started for a way for us to just keep hanging out and having a good time.
That's what it's all about, dude. There's a running theme on this show about, I feel like we're at that age, kind of. We're like, man, what happened to that childhood, though? We stay going back to like, oh man, we used to do this, or oh man, we would have been friends, wouldn't we, in high school? Of course we would have. But that's super cool. Me and Drew kind of, when I lived in LA, me and Drew couldn't get together too often because when you're in that world, it's 12 to 18 hour days, in between that range for anything you're doing. So when we could, we just decided, we should start something to where like it makes us hang out,
Yeah.
And I'm not even kidding. We live down the street from each other. Like it's not like it's not like we didn't want to. It was like we just couldn't. So we schedule a block. Like, all right, this is time we're probably gonna get fucked up, but this is the time. But I'm glad that's super cool that you guys stuck it out and you're doing something together. That's pretty rad.
Yeah. I feel like that. Well, having that, with friends building something together, it always makes it stronger because you guys obviously can tell each other. You can tell if the other person actually cares about what they're doing. Yeah. Because if you start a business with somebody who just has some money, it's going to be a lot harder to trust them or whatever. But I like that bond. Like when Pat and I wanted to do the podcast, I remember him talking about it, and I was just like, bro, if you want to do a podcast, just do it. Just stop talking about it, just do it. And I turned my voice memo on my iPhone while we're at Buffalo Wild Wings. And I was like, all right, first episode, go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And your boy was, I'm going to let you know right now, Andrew, your boy was on, this shit. I made the waitress a guest. Here we were doing this, this shit was in. I was like, all right, I'm a pro now. Let's fucking go.
Well, you put Buffalo Wild Wings on anything, I'm on board.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Speaking of, you see this guy go off on boneless wings out in the North Dakota or something? Whatever the hell. You ever see this? All right.
No.
Look this up afterwards. There's a guy that straight up went to his local government to complain that people were taking the bones out of chicken wings and that we should respect the bone. That's what
2020, you don't stop, do you?
I know. I'm like, man, this guy. And if he looked like that straight up 1970s science teacher, long red hair, came in with his shit buttoned up, I'm about to defend these bone wings right now.
Yeah. Those are nuggets.
I know this is not okay. We need to do this.
Yeah.
But that's how this happened. It was It's kind of. But Drew's not even telling you though. I went on about trying to maybe doing this for a hot minute, years, probably.
Yeah, it was it was a crazy journey because what Pat was saying is he would get on a show. He'd be producing a show. And it would take up 3 months of his life, literally 12 hours a day. And then finally he would have off time and we would start hanging out. And we were just doing the same thing. What do we want to talk about? What do we want to go for? And it was fuck it. Let's just talk about what we know. Skateboarding, video games, beer.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden the beer sponsors started coming, and like we started reaching out to people, and we got a bunch of viewers and listeners and stuff like that. And we were like, okay.
That's cool, man. Yeah.
I just wanted some
Eventually-
free beer, but okay.
Yeah. That was
Let's do this.
kind of the thing. That was like, all right, well, we're never gonna ever be able to drink for free in a place. Like, it's just not gonna happen. Like, we already have wives. Like, there's no point in anybody trying to buy us drinks.
Yeah.
So we're like, man, we gotta see what we can do about this
Yeah.
this issue, this life issue we have. And it
Right.
ended up working out, but it was what what he's not saying is like we did some fun stuff. We if this was normal times and we could travel and shit, we probably would have done the show on your tap room with you.
We would have came over because that's what we started doing with the show.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And the good thing about this is like this season, this news show is about happy hour. Like we want to bring people up, like start building you up. Like if you want to sponsor our episode, we want to talk about. I'm glad you mentioned all the stuff about your brewing company, because we want to like build some kind of joy or some kind of happiness that goes along with it, and like seeing you with your friends building something together, like that's the
sick.
that's so sick to me. Yeah, that's so cool. And what I really want to know is like, so Pat has a topic here, career joy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you mind if we talk about this?
Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah, it fits perfect. Yeah.
All right.
So let's close it out on career joy then, or maybe a little thing at the end. Maybe a little thing. So think about that while we talk about career joy. But
all right. So career joy. Tell me like what you feel. I guess starting a career with your friends, or something about the way that you're running the business or whatever that brings you joy. Because we talked a lot about the stresses,
Right.
But what are the pros? What are the pros?
Yeah, I mean the pros are at the end of the day, we still are like long-term friends. Like I said, just before I got on, earlier before we got into it, part of Zach and I were just playing Modern Warfare and just having fun doing that, and being able to just keep the connections going with people that we've known forever. That Zach and Evan and Justin and Nick, those guys are brothers that always be around, and being able to build something that's going to be, that eye at the end, eye on the prize thing, to build something that's going to hopefully take care of them and their families in the long run, and being a part of that is special, and that's what we started this thing for. Like, those stresses I have those in my day job too, but at when I turn off my day job computer, I'm still just like, I don't want to talk to those people anymore. And but we can sit down and have some hard conversations about the business and what we're going through, this, that, and the other. Turn that off and still just kind of decompress, and then realize that we still enjoy this. Like it's kind of hard to explain what that is, right? You do your job, collect your paycheck, you go home, and you just kind of forget about it, and the things kind of linger sometimes with a day job. Things linger with the Vanessa House, but they linger in such a way that it's like, all right, got to get that fixed so we can do this, and we'll get there. And it's stressful, but you still care. You want to make that work. You want to make it happen, because at the end of the day, that means I get to just keep hanging out and playing Modern Warfare with these guys. Yeah. That's I think that's what it means. I don't know if I've explained that real well. It's kind of one of those inert things that, I don't know. It's just doing something that you wake up every day, and I wake up every day, and it's like, okay, I got to get through 8 to 4:30 at the day job, get enough done so they don't bother me too much, and then go hang out and have the meeting, and then after the meeting we'll probably get dinner, have a few beers, and talk. That's what it's about, just hanging out with creating something special that we can all enjoy and take pride in.
Yeah, man, that's what's up. So the reason I put this on here is because it's a thing that I had to struggle with pretty hard when I left the film world. and I moved careers, and eventually I did something here in Nashville, but moved on to a different career path, which was something I never planned on doing, and definitely struggled in like, do I like this? You know, because what really gets me is like, all right, probably the generation before us, or maybe even two back, people just like did shit, you know, like this is going to be my job. I'm going to be a mechanic. Right. And like, this is, even though I hate everything, I'm going to be a mechanic, or I'm going to be a vacuum salesman, like random shit that is not around anymore, you know?
Yeah.
But like, they just did that, you know? Like, I don't think people really think about liking what they do. Like, bro, life is short, you know? I'm not trying to hate every bit of a huge chunk of my day every day for the whole bit of it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I want to at least enjoy some of it, or at least enjoy the people in it, you know?
Right.
But man, you kind of, I mean, your 8 to 4:30 sounds iffy, but the everything else sounds kind of like pretty legit. Like, you get to hang with your homies, and you guys got this dope thing going on. I mean, I'm a little jealous, but I mean, you know, that road stuff that you're talking about earlier doesn't make me jealous. So
right. Yeah. You know, this is somewhat related, but I'll tell you this: me and my partners were having a conversation today about employees and this, that, and the other. Well, not employees per se, but just doing day to day and talking how to make things better and stuff. And like, you know, I've probably had some bosses in my day jobs I was probably too hard on, just because like
they had to make that call, you know?
Yeah. Like when you're at a position of management and ownership in like those high responsibility positions, your stress levels through the roof. And then I started thinking, it's like, God, my boss probably hates this job too. You know,
That's what I'm saying.
He's probably got the same boat of not really loving his day to day, and comes in, gets the check because it allows him to live the life, whatever life it is, or she lives, you know? And it's definitely, it matters. I think if you're lucky enough to be able to do both, like have the job that pays you a salary and you love it, like that's probably, in reality, that's probably a pretty small percentage of the population.
Probably.
Most of us are just, you know, trying to at least find something within a job that you can hang on to get you through the day, or this, that, and the other. Because, you know, I will say with the day job, probably been too hard on it on some level, but you know, I work with pretty solid people, at least. The actual work I do, I'm just over it. I've done it for damn near 15 years at this point, and it's just old. Yeah.
That's the thing though. That's what I had to struggle with doing this transition, was finding something that you can maybe latch on to. And it kind of sucked for a minute, because the thing I latched on to was like, I had a dope boss for this new job, and then she retired, and I was like, fuck, you know, like, what am I gonna do now? I'm just gonna hate it. But anyway, I did hate it for a minute. Just fun fact, but got a better job. So solid. Man, that's sick though. I'm so psyched that you guys get to do this together. That's a big reason why me and Drew try to do this together, because I guess mainly me. Drew kind of sticks to one brand of things to drink, but he definitely branches out. Out. He'll try.
Stella. I love Stella. Okay.
It's his day beer. You know what I'm saying? Like if he had a day job, like it was his day job beer, and like this is his extracurricular. You know?
Yeah.
But
no, that's a good question. What are your Stella's your go-to, Drew? What about you?
Me? So, all right. So I'm gonna be real with you on this one. So I will drink Stella all day. I really will. But it's one of those beers. It's an all day beer. Like I could drink it all day and it's no big deal.
Yeah.
But lately, since I moved here, I discovered this place called Bearded Iris. Right?
Oh, they are legit. Yeah. No, my partners. No, so
see, this dude knows. Are you kidding me? Like,
I'm cutting up your story, but the Brewers Association had the conference there a couple of years ago, and I didn't get to go. But my partners who went, they spent every day after the conference at Bearded Irish. But yeah,
I'm telling you. So see, fucking Andrew knows this shit's real. So, all right, if they're listening to this, okay, just so you know, even if you have some hookup, I have literally been pimping their shit on this show so hard. Like I should be. It's ridiculous. But I think it's like kind of a game, kind of a running joke that like, yeah, we're definitely trying to get you guys to hook up the show when we talk about you. But either way, we're going to talk about you anyways. Like I was not planning on talking about them on this show at all. But I'm not going to lie.
Every episode.
I'm not going to lie. I went and I found, luckily they're still doing stuff too. And they're definitely hit by COVID as well.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, they're not their home style is super good. That's like their normal IPA. But man, they have this one shit. What was the one I just had the other night? Home style is probably like the choice one that like I'd probably drink all the time.
Quick question though. Like so we've had other sponsors that are small breweries from LA and stuff like that, and they talk about like a sense of community. I know that like Oklahoma, you said it's pretty small with how many breweries are there and all that stuff. Do you have are you connected with all of those people? Like, do y'all trade secrets and stuff like that, or what?
Yeah, no, there's definitely like craft beer in general is a community focused thing, and I think breweries in all locations kind of group up and help each other out, and that's true here. I mean, we're a younger market for sure, and we've grown a lot. Like. We've got breweries that we launched with that started about the same time as we do that we're real close with. And I mentioned Coop earlier that we get along really well with them, and they're kind of like the OG of the Oklahoma community, right? But yes, the answer is like everybody's pretty tight, and we have our guild, and actually this glass that is from, I have to put it in front of me so you can see it, but it is from our local association. And our association, we stay close. We're working to continually make things better for all brewers. A lot of collaborations go on. We collaborate with other, do collaboration beers with other people. Like where our taproom is located, there are 3-4 other breweries like really close, and we've done a collaboration with all of them. Like one collaborative beer that we've done like once a year. Nice. So yeah, we do all kinds of fun stuff like that.
That's cool.
That's super sick. Sick. Man, that's pretty interesting. So do you guys have like there's a thing here I think that happens sometimes. They call it like a brewer's night, where like people will bring like their offerings to like a certain, like somebody will host or whatever, and like they bring their shit and like everyone tries it. Do you guys have something like that?
Yeah, like a bottle share is
yeah.
I mean, there's nothing formal, but there's the best way to say is our walk-in where we keep all our beers going to get shipped out or we serve in taproom is always full. There's always at least 2 or 3 other local brewery beer in there because we're just always coming in and dropping some stuff off, or they might sit down, have a few beers, and we'll talk and chat. And then next thing, and they'll leave some beers, and it's all that stuff kind of happens. And I think one brewery was going to try to start organizing something a bit more formal, where there's going to be like a monthly bottle share thing that goes on, where beer and food and things are all brought. So
hell yeah. All right, well, this has been sick. You've been super sick. We want to end this show, on this part of the show, with a thing that we've done in the past, and we haven't done in the last couple episodes because we haven't really had a reason to. But we do a thing called the little things, and we've been doing it. I looked at this a while. We've been doing this shit a long time. Like, we did it in the last show, actually, like halfway through. Like probably in like 2016, I feel like we've been doing this. So usually little things are one thing that we count as like a positive thing that we count about like what's happening. Or it can be like anything positive. Like, when someone changes the toilet paper roll, and that shit was out, and you knew it was out, but you didn't change it, so you appreciated somebody else changing it. Like something as little as that to being like, yo, this person handed this person like $100, and they were on the street, then they got their life together because of that $100. Like something little to big, but like anything, and especially now with COVID and all this, I feel like it's kind of nice to like throw out like a little thing that might be like helping your day go along, especially with people like just not like, I can't even imagine being like just like not having anybody to be around all the time. Like there's people like I know in Drew's industry that are like living in 1-bedroom apartments, haven't seen people in months,
Right.
So it's like anything that can be like, oh, I get that too, would be a little thing, I think. Like,
yeah. So I was thinking about that one, and one thing that before COVID and that I always try to do is I just in the mornings, like I try to get up and go to the gym in the morning, most mornings before I do the day job and everything. And so the first person I see, and even on weekends, the first person I see, I always try to like just say, good morning or have a good day or something. And I think even more so now, and it kind of like speaks to this Power Cosmic label and the story we put on there about, the people that never got stopped working, that have always been out there, just say something nice, like, had a good day, thank you. Like, I don't know, it's those super small things. And if you need a selfish reason to do it, I'm pretty sure there's studies out there that say that like when you do that, like it helps you, like it makes you have a better day,
be a better human.
Yeah,
because
right?
you feel good about it.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's probably a micro thing, I would say, and maybe it's smaller than a little thing.
That's definitely a little thing.
I think
We've done much smaller. That is definitely a little thing.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's something that me personally, I in the mornings I try to do, because especially when I know I'm going to sit down and deal with whatever emails I'm about to read. If I can not focus on that and just focus on having a pleasant exchange with another human being is good.
For sure.
That's what's up. Yeah. Drew, you got one?
Yeah.
Go ahead then.
So I will. My little thing, I never brought this up in the little thing segment, but when I learn like something new, something small, like maybe a phrase or something like an acronym that I didn't know before, because if you think about like when like LOL and all that stuff came up, and like having to explain that to your parents, like
YOLO,
they don't remember like this when. Dude, I'm not even lying. Now this is really embarrassing that I'm about to share with y'all. When I
guarantee you it's not the most embarrassing thing you said on the show. Guarantee. Guarantee.
Dude, when LOL first came out,
you were like, oh shit, that's a new word, isn't it? You were like trying to figure out.
I straight up thought it meant lot of laughs.
I mean, it kind of all might.
I mean, it's close, but it's not
you're
laugh
in the
out
same
loud.
ballpark, at least.
Pretty much the same thing.
But like,
I wouldn't fault you for that. Whatever. Your ass probably just found out.
If I said that to you in person, I was like, oh, a lot of laughs. That's what you meant.
Oh.
You would really, you would go off on
I'm like, oh, you dumb as hell.
You're like,
yeah. So I guess my little thing is like when I learn something new similar to that or whatever, I feel like that always makes my day a little bit better because I feel like I've grown somewhat.
All right. That's cool.
Pat don't have a little thing.
No, I do. I have a couple of little things. I'm trying to choose one. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. Here's a little thing that I was like kind of bummed on, kind of not bummed on. So the other day I was at work, and we have a mandatory mask thing where I'm at, right? And this person and we had an outside vendor come in and fix something, and they just weren't doing it. And I was super bummed on them. But like I had my shit on, right? And the other dude that was with him was like, he put like his shit on. So I was like, oh, okay, my dude understands. So That's not a little thing. I just wanted to call that out. Call that one dude out. He's a dick. But my little thing for this for sure is like doing stuff like this. Like we probably would have never met you in COVID times. Definitely not in COVID times. But like maybe we made a trip out there if we could have had a chance. But this is sick. Like even meeting people on Zoom or whatever. Like we're doing this on Zoom, but through podcasts, through random projects we start when we're bored. It's cool, man. And getting to drink. I mean, I don't know if you guys distribute in Nashville. Do you?
No, we're Oklahoma only right now. Yeah.
See, I would have never had this. So, and this label alone is sick. Like, are you kidding me? Like, who even? Come on, man. Like, just getting to try new things. Like, kind of like what Drew was talking about. Getting to try new things and like getting to meet new people. Like you guys are. It's dope. I feel like that's like a little joy. Like I'm seeing. The people I get to see are like the same as people I get to see all the time, getting to see. I mean, I'm not going like that's the whole point of happy hour is to meet somebody that you haven't met, like hang out, So that's why the show exists.
And through Zoom, we can see the whole face, which is nice.
I know. I mean, I can show you more, but I don't know if you want to see.
No, wait a minute. This ain't that kind of show.
I mean, if we get a couple more of these beers in me, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Give it frisky. Well, closing out this segment, do you want to say like how people can reach you or the brewing company or how to get your beers? Like, go ahead and shout out all that stuff.
Yeah, no, it's simple. VanessaHouseBeerCo.com is our website. You search just Vanessa House Beer on any of the social platforms. You'll find us: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Find us on all that. You can email us to the website. It goes actually directly to me, and I respond to all of them, even if it's just, "Hey, you're cool, love your beer," or "Hey, stop making beer." I'll be like, I'll take that for advisement. No, just kidding. But you can, all social media, Vanessa House Beer Co. You'll find us, and the website. If you're in Oklahoma, we distribute statewide. You can find us just in pretty much in every town. And if you have a question specifically where in Oklahoma, send the email or social media, and I will look it up and I will get back to you on a retailer that carries our beer.
Sick.
That's super sick.
All right, man.
Well, this has been fucking awesome. So
I appreciate you guys for reaching out for sure.
Hell yeah. I mean, appreciate you coming on. Actually, this is kind of interesting, but Drew pitched this segment, quick sip. That's what we're calling this when we have guests on, and we have a quick sip with somebody. You know what I'm saying? And he pitched this shit like 3 months ago. I don't know. And we just haven't we had something lined up and then it dropped out, and then we've been waiting to see if anybody was interested in it. And we're psyched that you came on because you're awesome. And this has been super cool.
Yeah, great.
So yeah, man, we appreciate you being on. Go check out Vanessa House. They're really good. Tell me a little bit about
we have one more beer they haven't tried.
This Broken Tile. This Broken Tile. It got a little warm when I was in here, so I'm not gonna drink it right now.
Save that one. That's our double IPA, double New England IPA, 8.4. That's actually our second best selling beer. So 401k is year round. Broken Tile is year round. The other two we had are like special one-offs. But that one's year round. New England style, a lot of Citra and Mosaic hops in that.
Nice.
It's great beer. It's one of our highest rated beers on the Untapped if you use that. Then it has one of the better stories. So you talk about 401k, how that was how we get started and all that stuff. Power Cosmic, that whole story is about just going out and thanking the essential workers out there that have kept us going. Brewers never stop brewing type of thing either. Roadside Attraction, we talked about that one. Broken Tile is one that really is kind of a throwback to the Vanessa House and one of our old roommates. He was a guy, I'll tell the story, I'll try to tell it quick, is he was a guy that would read and drink wine and when he took a bath. To each their own. At one point he was going through this breakup and he kicked out the tile in the bathroom I was thinking about, underneath the faucet, right?
And I say he a passionate boy.
Passionate, yes. He just got real mad. I assume he got a text. I don't know. Kicked it out. Well, he would never admit to it, and we would always like bring it up. It's like, hey man, did you kick that tile? Did you break the tile? Never admit it. You broke the tile, right? Still never admit it. And so here we are, 12 years, 13 years later, whenever we started the brewery, and he still wouldn't admit it. So we call it broken tile, and it takes some time, read the story on the side that calls him out, and yeah. So
that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's cool that you guys have little stories to all your beers.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Well, anyways, Andrew, we appreciate you coming on. This is sick. If you guys ever want to send us anything else, we're more than happy to chat with the other homies too. Like we get a big ass Zoom call going.
One of these days we'll get the whole crew on or something.
Oh shit!
Or maybe one of these days COVID won't be around. You guys can come to Oklahoma and you can try some stuff in person.
Yeah. Or cool. your ass could come up here and try beer at Iris like your homies did.
Well, no, I'm totally down for that. There's some good food up there too. So
that's true story. That's true story. Yeah. But I mean, you're gonna have to stop Memphis on the way up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But but anyways, we appreciate you coming through. We want to close this out. This has been Happy Hour. It's your boys Pat Ars, Drew Pesley, Andrew Carrales. That's how you say your last name.
Yeah,
right?
You said it like good.
Carrales.
Like, I'm pretty impressed.
Appreciate it. Thanks, man. I always hate when people fuck up names, and I'm like, hold up. But it's been your boys.
Yeah.
Go check out Vanessa House. Thanks again.
Yeah.
Later.
Appreciate it.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.